Okay, welcome back to part 2 of our drivers' press conference here in Sao Paulo. We have 5 drivers with us this time. Closest to me, Carlos Sainz, then Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, Logan Sargent and Valtteri Bottas. Now, Valtteri, can we start with you? You seem to have lost something since we last saw you in Mexico.
That is correct. It's November, so got to start from zero. Actually doing it for charity, so for November. I had a bit of a scare this morning when I looked in the mirror. But only a few days and we're good. So.
Hey, how can people sponsor you if they want to?
I've got my own Movember page. You can find the link from my link tree on my Instagram account.
Excellent, excellent. Well, look, good luck with that. Now, Valtteri, let's throw it back to last weekend. It was a VB. It was a disappointing race for you guys after a great qualifying. Do you understand now the issues with the car?
I think the race pace wasn't quite as we were hoping for, but the bigger issue was track position. Pretty much the whole race being stuck behind cars, and that way you can't really show the pace and see the real pace. So I think that was the bigger issue. So not the luckiest race as well with timings. You know, safety car became for both of us in the worst possible timing. So just a bit unlucky as well. Okay,
so not so concerned about the pace of the car. And does that give you a little bit more confidence coming to Sao Paulo?
It does. I think we had a good one here last year in the sense of pace. So, yeah, I have full confidence that we can score, and that's what everyone in the team needs to believe.
Now, you had the team dinner last night, having lost a little bit of ground in the Constructors' Championship to Alpha Tauri. What was the mood in the camp? Just tell us a little bit about how everyone was and how bullish people are feeling.
Everyone just wants points, you know. Everyone has the right mentality. We know that, yeah, we didn't succeed in the last event or in the last couple of events, but it's important to get together, make sure that we all work as a team towards the same goal. So it was nice to get together.
All right, Valtteri, good luck this weekend. Thank you very much. Logan, let's come to you then. Now, you've done FP2 here last year. How important is that going to be for you this weekend, given that we're going into a sprint?
Yeah, obviously it was a weird one. It was a sprint race last year and still did FP2 with a different format. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty much a session where I was just told, don't use curbs, look after the car. It was already under park for May. But no, it's still good to know the track. It's a sprint weekend, so that's going to be tricky. Weather looks a bit mixed, but yeah, at least I have a base understanding of it.
Now, Logan, the race pace has been really strong for the last few events, but you've said since Sunday that you're looking for a breakthrough in qualifying. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I think it's been like you said, a good few Sundays on the bounce, which is nice. But yeah, Saturdays haven't gone as well for multiple different reasons. But yeah, I think it's all there. Just need to do it, and we can start by doing that this weekend to put ourselves further up the grid and keep our strong Sundays.
And how are you feeling about the team still waiting until the end of the year to confirm you, or otherwise for next year? Are you happy with that situation, or do you wish they just get on and make a decision?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just taking it race by race. I think, you know, as I said, Sundays are getting stronger and stronger. So now it's just about getting qualifying together. Take it race by race, enjoy every weekend, and wherever it leaves us, it does.
Now, a bit odd to be asking you about Vegas, given that we haven't even started this Grand Prix weekend, but it's your third home race in 2 weeks' time. Williams, I think, have just released their Vegas merch for the weekend. Just tell us a little bit about how you're going to prepare for that home race between now and the Vegas Grand Prix.
Well, that's going to be a busy one for me, for sure. We already have a lot of media lined up, but no, other than that, we've already done our work on the sim, which is nice to have already been able to do that. Go back, do a little bit more after this weekend, and then just, yeah, get ready, relax, go through the normal routine. And it's going to be cool because I raced in Vegas multiple times in karting as a kid. So to be able to go back there and race in F1 is going to be a special weekend.
All right. Good luck this weekend. Thank you, Logan. Charles, let's come to you now. So we've established since Mexico that you're better at chess than Pierre Gasly.
I am. Oh yeah, we have to play for sure. But I am better than Pierre, yes.
He claims that you've won one game and now you're telling everybody on social media and feels that it's a bit unfair.
Yeah, but we only played once, so I won 100% of the times, which is a good record to have. But I'm sure we'll have many more chances to play together.
All right. Look, and before we come on to the business end of what's happening here in Brazil, tell us a little bit about what you got up to on Tuesday. Ayrton Senna is, of course, one of your heroes. How was it?
Oh yes, Ayrton is the one and only idol I've ever had. And the foundation, the family invited me at a foundation in São Paulo, so I had the chance to see the car he has been racing in. Also a few helmets that he's been using, and it was really, really emotional. And also the family has been welcoming me in the best way possible. Viviana has explained me many stories, and also the stories of the helmets and the car I've seen there. And it was a very, very special moment for me, for sure.
Now let's bring it on to the on-track action here. How confident are you, first of all, of getting a hat-trick of pole positions?
I mean, it's always nice, but at the same time, for me, it matters the most on Sunday and on races. And at the time, we don't really have the car in order to make those pole positions a win, or at least a really good result on Sunday. So we really have to work on that, and that's where we are all focusing at the moment, to try and find performance coming the race. And we still got quite a bit of work to do, so it will be amazing to be on pole, but I'll rather have a win than a pole this weekend.
Do you think the harder do you think the harder tyre compounds here in Brazil compared to Mexico will help you in the race?
I don't know. I don't think this has a big influence on our performance. I think it's more down to the track characteristics. But again, it's very difficult to predict this weekend, and especially on sprint weekends. FP1 is super important. It's very easy to do put a foot in the wrong direction, if that's a good expression. And then the whole weekend you cannot really recover if you do a mistake in FP1 with the setup. So it's going to be super important to have a strong FP1, and hopefully that will be a positive weekend for us.
All right. Good luck with that. Thank you, Charles. Lewis, coming to you. So, just how special is this Brazilian Grand Prix weekend for you? You're an honorary citizen. You have a great record here at Interlagos. Senna, of course, was a hero. In fact, love the outfit that you came to the track in today. Just tell us a little bit about what this race means to you.
Yeah, it's always been a special race for me. I mean, I won my first World Championship here. It was kind of crazy back then because I kind of felt like public enemy number one. Obviously, I was racing against Felipe, but the growth that I've felt here and the reception that I've had here, the amazing support. But I mean, just as a kid, growing up at home, being a fan of football, for example, always loved the Brazilian colors. Me and my brother would play FIFA, for example, and he'd always take the UK, England. So I'd always take Brazil. So, and then there was Ayrton Senna, as Charles mentioned, just such a big hero for so many of us. And when you come out here, you really feel his presence. And it's just such a beautiful culture. And the track is iconic. You know, they don't build circuits like this anymore. So it's a race that I think all the drivers really love. It's a race that it's fun to drive a single lap, but the races are very strong here. You've got that long straight which you can overtake and follow through turn 1, 2, and 3, and then have a fight down to turn 4. So good overtaking place as well.
And given your podium last weekend, given the pace of the car here with the 1-2 last year, what are your expectations for this weekend?
I don't really know. I think expect the Red Bull to be very fast, as always. Seems to work pretty much everywhere except for Singapore. And we expect the Ferraris to be quick. I hope that our car works well here like it did for example, for Austin, but you could just never predict it could be bad, it could be good. So we're just trying to prepare the best way we can.
And how do you see the fight in the Constructors' Championship between Mercedes and Ferrari? You've got the advantage by 22 points at the moment.
Yeah, it's a really fun, enjoyable battle. These guys did a great job in qualifying in the last race, but unfortunately we were able to leapfrog them. But I think it's going to be close in these last 3 races. So it's going to just take all hands on deck to stop these guys.
All right, Lewis, best of luck. Thank you very much. Carlos, thank you for waiting. A bit of golf chat before we get into the real business. How are your preparations for the Netflix Cup coming along?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, I'm playing as much as I can, but not as much as I would like because of how busy we are with the F1. But yeah, hopefully next week I'm getting a few rounds in. I'm gonna go on holiday for a week before Vegas, staying out in the US and then flying there. So by the time I get there, I'm hoping to be a bit warmed up for the match.
Can you give us any details? Who's your teammate?
I've been told, but I think I'm not supposed to tell you. I would be revealing something that Netflix wants to reveal.
Not me.
So it's not Luis,
Is it
not Charles.
Is it Logan? Is it Val?
No, I'm playing with a pro golfer.
Yeah.
So that's, but I think, I don't want to screw it up. I think Netflix might want to announce that themselves.
All right.
Although maybe they're there. Maybe can I? Okay.
Crack on. The floor is yours. But look, let's pick up on that constructors' battle that Lewis was just talking about. How do you see it between Ferrari and Mercedes?
I do believe Mercedes has a bit the upper hand, no? Mainly because they are heading the championship, and 22 points is quite a bit. And also, given that points are done on Sunday, and that's where the Mercedes comes stronger, and we are the weakest, I think for sure they have a bit of the upper hand, but at least we're managing to keep the pressure on, and they cannot afford to make any mistakes because we're there to capitalize on them, no? And it's a fun battle, like Lewis said. We're always very close to each other in the races. Normally it's them chasing us or overtaking us in the race, and hopefully we can revert that in the last 3 races and at least not get overtaken and manage to finish ahead, because that's where the points are given.
Let's follow up from what Charles was saying about the race pace of the car. How do you assess the performance on Sunday?
I think we simply have a bit of a weakness there. No, it's been there all week, all year. We always tend to do better in qualifying than we do in the race. Then we have the inconsistency of the stints. There's some stints during the year that we've been very good in the race, and then other stints that we've lost out a lot, depending on the compound and track conditions and the way we treat the tire. So we just simply seem to be a bit less consistent in that front, and that's where we are putting all of our efforts into these last 3 races and going into next year to see if we can manage to change that deficit that we have.
All right. Thank you very much to all 5 of you. Let's open this to the floor. Name and publication. Naomi.
Naomi Schiff, Sky Sports F1. My question is to all of the drivers. I asked the same question to the last group of drivers that were in here. We're heading into the last and final sprint of the season. There were some mixed feelings about it, both on the grid and off the grid. I'd love to get all of your reflections on it.
Valtteri, we haven't heard from you for a while.
I like the sprint always. I've never been a big fan of 3 practice sessions. I prefer to have 1 and then straight to action. So that's the nice side of sprint weekend. Obviously, there's always things that could be changed. Example for us as a team at the moment, unfortunately, it is only top 8 that can score in the sprint. So most often it's a bit of a long shot at the moment for us, which is not ideal, but of course it depends in which car you are. But other than that, I'm more than happy to do a sprint.
Logan, please.
For me, it's not preferred. I think 1 is a rookie. It's nice to have the 3 practice sessions, but on top of that, I just feel like Saturday is a bit of a standalone day that doesn't offer a whole lot, as Valtteri said, if you're not in the top 8. So, I prefer a normal weekend.
I quite like it. I like the fact of having only 1 free practice session. I don't think we should have more than 6 sprint weekends over a year. I think 6 is good. But to have 1 free practice and go straight to qualifying is something I enjoy. I think the Saturday could be changed and improved. But I really like the Friday. To not have 3 free practice sessions is really long, and sometimes it can get a bit boring. We always go through the same program. So I like the fact of having only 1 free practice and go straight to action with qualifying.
Yeah, I feel pretty much the same as these guys. Saturday is kind of not the greatest of days, but I like the single practice session straight into quali. I think we can learn. I love that we do have a different format rather than just the same 3 practice sessions and then the quali and the race. But the best sprint race I ever had was when I started last. And so I'm in favor of the swapping order. Except if we had that, then everyone would just try and qualify last. But I think, it maybe should be a little bit longer, the sprint race, because it's only like 19 laps or something. Yeah.
Carlos, reverse grids?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I think right now, I agree that 6 is enough. I agree that Saturday is too revealing of what's going to happen on Sunday, which is basically the first stint of the race of Sunday, what you're watching on TV, and doesn't help, I think, the show for the main race, that is the Grand Prix. So, yeah, arrived to that point, you better try something else on Saturday. Is that reverse grids? Is that single lap qualifying? Is that whatever? I don't know, but I think given that the sprint format is a bit of an experiment going on right now in Formula One, I would be open to keep experimenting to see which format is best, because for me, the one we have now, just Saturday doesn't feel completely right for what then comes on Sunday.